Asim, another bloody heart attack. This Liverpool team, this is what they do. They give us heart attacks. They get our asthma pipes out. I'm going to take a puff. Will you take a puff as well? Take a puff. Live on camera. Take a puff. What do you need? Tell me I'll get it. I'll get you today. What do you need? You tell me what you need.
What can I say, man? What can I say?
Gene, this I mentioned it. I'm like a broken record at the moment. That week in, week out. How many do you think we scored 3 goals today? Well, we probably deleted about 3 million draft messages on Twitter, on Facebook, on TikTok. The amount of fans, Arsenal fans, United fans. Oh, what does Wirtz do? Isak, 120 million on the pitch. But do 2 all. This is what Llorente does. This is what Simeone does. He spoils parties. But you know what? When you're Liverpool, you've got that mentality. You've got that desire, the burning desire. And then when you've got 55,000 fans around getting that and clawing that bloody ball in the back of the net. And then when you've got someone called Virgil van Dijk, let's put this end, not the Messi and Ronaldo, you know I was a Ronaldo fan, believe it or not, but Messi is the greatest footballer ever. But let's just get this debate out of the way once and for all. I'll turn to the camera. Virgil van Dijk is the best defender ever. 100%. Period. Paolo Maldini, Baresi, call it what you like. If you want to build a defender, make a defender, a man-made defender, you'd make him like Virgil van Dijk. What doesn't he do, Gene? Tell me what he doesn't have. That Paolo Maldini, look, I was growing up and he was the greatest player. I probably caught him at the end of his career. As a footballer, he was brilliant. And it wasn't fair because he was really good looking as well. But Virgil van Dijk, Gene, in settled play, in counter-attack play, he mops up counter-attacks, he snuffs out danger, he puts his knee in your ass. If he wants to really, really get behind a striker's ass, he does it. But he also wins every duel, and he also gives you and provides you moments like tonight. I thought he was brilliant. And one thing I will say, there's a lot of talk, and I'll mention this on the Tactical Show, that Ryan Gravenberch is one of the best players in terms of carrying the ball. He showed it tonight. He drops the shoulder, he shimmies and leaves, and he opens the game up as well. But what Virgil van Dijk does is allow teams, and this brilliant Liverpool team is at times get away with having a player, not a player like Rodri, a tempo centre, even though Ryan Gravenberch is getting better at it. But you'd say if there was a little weakness in Ryan Gravenberch, is breaking those lines. But you know what? Virgil van Dijk, he makes Liverpool play without a progressive passing defensive midfielder at times because he is the progressive passer from centre-back. And do you know how difficult that is?
That's unbelievable.
Do you know? Sobo comes deep and look at those positions that Ryan Gravenberch was picking up. The way he turns, he can only go into those positions beyond those strikers and into midfield if he knows my centre-back, my captain, my leader is good enough to play that pass. And we've played that pass many, many times. But it is a bit of a concern as well, Gene, that we should not be letting goals and games take a turn. But you know what? 5 games, 5 winners. How many more do you want? How long? How big is this roller coaster? How big is it? Honestly, you tell me.
Honestly, Asim, this game, I'm sat there at 2-2, yeah. I'm not going to lie, I'm there thinking, is this the game where our luck, let's say, the opposition fans will call it luck, but we call it's not luck. Where it's the brilliance of Liverpool. We call it the brilliance of Liverpool. Where Liverpool, we find a way. Is this going to be the game where we don't find a way? It's Simeone. He's got 11 men behind the ball. This team doesn't concede goals. He is the heartbreaker, like you mentioned. He's the one that's going to come in and spoil the party. And I'm there thinking, are we going to find a way? Wirtz isn't on in the attack. Obviously, Isak isn't there. We've got a 17-year-old. And I'm there saying, I'm relying on a 17-year-old to come and be the difference. Again, this Liverpool team, Asim, we find a way every single week. 5 out of 5, we find a way.
We find a way, Gene. And you know what? The best thing about this is, if this stayed 2-2, we'd be thinking and we'd be saying deja vu, that fucking Llorente again. How many times is he going to break our hearts? Again at Anfield. That's all he does. He scores at Anfield. But you know what? When you've got players like Mohamed Salah and Virgil van Dijk and the likes of Robbo, they made sure that Llorente didn't have another story and didn't have another night at Anfield. Yes, he played well. Yes, he scored 2 goals. But this is Virgil van Dijk's night. Nobody else's. Virgil van Dijk's.
But look, Asim, I want to touch on a few for the other players as well. I thought, from what I saw, the defence, bar the 2 goals, played pretty decent, Konate and Van Dijk. But in terms of the midfield, look, I thought Gravenberch was fantastic. Yeah. For me, I thought, especially in the first half, I thought he was probably the man of the match. But in the second half, Asim, I thought Dominic Szoboszlai was unbelievable.
Gene, this is the beauty of Dominic Szoboszlai. If you want to start him at right back, he'll be a Valverde. If you want to start him on the left side of midfield, he'll be not a McAllister, but he's got plenty of attacking instincts and tempo setting controlling traits from those positions. If he wants to start in the 10, he harasses you, he chases you, he covers on the right, he covers on the left. I called him during our watch along one of the best counter-pressing midfielders, number 10s. And you know what? I'm so glad about Dominic Szoboszlai. Yeah, why? Because I was his number 1 fan, and look, I don't want to boast. Look, I understand the game in terms of you can't understand a player purely on goals and assists. Yeah. We knew how important, especially when you watch him at Anfield, scurrying across on the left-hand side and right-hand side, chasing down men, stopping the counter-attack, and you appreciate that what this guy gives you. You can't have a team full of Mohamed Salahs where we have to cheat with him on the attack. You have to give them a foundation. Dominic Szoboszlai gives this team a foundation wherever he plays. I love him, and I'm really, really happy. In the start of the season, he's getting the appreciation and he's getting the recognition that he deserved, not only this season, but last season as well.
And look, for us, in final word, I obviously want to speak about our forward line. Obviously, Mohamed Salah, thought Salah had a really, really good game. Probably his best game this season.
Control the ball tonight.
And then obviously, Florian Wirtz, Alexander Isak, your thoughts on our forward line today?
We're going to have fun. We are going to have fun, Gene. We are going to have fun. We have Mohamed Salah, and we said, look, the king seems to be in the mood. But when you went out earlier on, and me and Junior were talking, this is what great players do, Gene. They don't need to turn up and give us an 8 or 9 out of 10, but they've spoiled us. Yeah. This is the problem, especially when you come after the last season that Salah has enjoyed. That, he's scoring every week, assisting every week, outside foot, does what he wants, and takes his shirt off on a weekly basis. He got bored because every week he was taking selfies and he was sitting on the advertising boards celebrating with his lads. But this all happens. But joking aside, people were concerned, and to be fair to you, you have been banging on about it, and you said, look, this is Mohamed Salah, and although we've seen him spark fire really, really early because he gets into the pre-season really, really early. But you know what? This season's different. He's seen new lads come in. He's integrating. He's learning. He's educating. And he's learning. He's watching videos as well. And you know what? This might be a different season where we don't see the crazy Mohamed Salah going and scoring week in, week out, because he's got other lads to look after as well. But when you need him the nights like this and the important nights like this, big nights, Anfield, under the lights, the likes of Mohamed Salah and Virgil van Dijk have the ability just to flick a switch. Yeah. That's all it is. And suddenly their performances of 5, 6 out of 10 go to 7, 8 out of 10. Yeah. And when it's that much of a difference, only in paper, it might not be a big difference. But when you're Virgil van Dijk and Mohamed Salah, that will probably constitute to a goal and assist on the night as well. Yeah. I thought his touch was better. He connected with and I thought the right back was a lot more involved. Shout out to Frimpong, who's higher. And when you're a higher right back, you're more connected to the right winger. And you've got movement around the likes of Mohamed Salah and Florian Wirtz, who I thought showed really good glimpses again tonight, especially when we was running into space. We just need movement around the creators, and the creators will provide. Make no mistake about that, Gene.
Asim, that's another unbelievable game. Another one it is. Yeah. An unbelievable game. Liverpool 3, Atletico Madrid 2, and the Reds move on.